Are we starting? Okay. Alright, I'm going to talk to you guys today about Imagine the song, and I'm going to go over the lyrics. And I'm going to explain to you, this song is literally the most evilest thing in the world. Alright, and the reason why it's the most evilest thing in the world right now, besides abortion, is this is what the boomers, those idiotic fucking boomers, have been actually making their political theory on. Okay? So, let's just get started. Okay, so imagine there's no heaven, right? So this isn't like, gotta remember, in the ancient days, they weren't talking about some sort of etheric afterlife shit when they said the heavens. They meant space itself, the stars, everything around it, right? So imagine there's no heaven, so there's nothing else. There's nothing else to explore, to go out to. It's easy if you try, right? So it's just like, just do it, right? No hell below us, right? So this isn't saying no hell. It's saying, imagine there's no heaven, but hell's not below us. Where do you think you're at that point? Where do you think you're at? Where do you think you're actually in hell? So this whole song is like, hey, let's imagine if we were in a state of hell. Yeah, great, you know? And this is what the fucking boomers wanted. This is always what they wanted. They think it's fucking cool. It's dumb. And above us only sky, right? So there's still, again, this is another iteration of no space. There's no space. There's no space, right? Imagine all the people living for today. Do you know what we call that? We call that survivalism. We call that the basest, lowest base of human existence is living for today. All right? The lowest aspect of humanity is living for today. Right? The highest is living for the future, right? The example, to stretch into the example, right? So this whole thing is about having no example to exist in, living in a state of hell, in a survivalistic thing, right? Imagine there's no countries, isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too, right? So imagine there's no country, so your ethnicity, your family, any sort of pride you have in your culture, no, none of that, right? None of that. Okay? So, nothing to kill or die for, right? So, but you're living for today, right? You gotta, and no religion, so the nothing, so it's just really retarded, because it's why the government's got to kill people, because the governments always do that. But basically, the people in government want to have a state of no country, right? So how does this make any sense of the people trying to promote this? It's because it's basically propaganda, right? They're trying to use this as a way to destroy you. All right, and no religion too. Now, it's not about what the religion is or what it expounds or what it actually does, right? So, no religion means no yoga, means nothing to tie yourself down to, no morality or humanity or anything. Because religion, the term religion means religare, all right? That's the root of the actual term. And it means to re-hole or to tie down or to tie back. Same as yoga. Yoga means to yoke, to tie down or to tie to. It's not like a prison. It has to do with binding yourself to something that you can then grow and stabilize from. So, imagine all the people living life in peace, right? But we could do that anytime. It does not require no heaven or hell being. And that's the one part, is the actual beginning where it's saying no hell below us, but it's not saying no hell. It's saying no hell below us. It's saying we exist in a state of hell. Imagine no possessions, right? So straight up, just communism. You're a slave. You're a slave, right? You have nothing to kill for or die for, right? So that means you have nothing. You literally have nothing, right? That's also nothing to live for, because to die for something means you're willing to exist to defend that thing, right? Which is something to live for. But no, you're just living for today. Survivalist instincts, right? So animal existence. No need for greed or hunger, right? There's no need for greed or hunger when you're actually just, So, but the thing is that greed is a natural state and hunger is a natural state. So they're trying to say is that no naturality, right? And I'm not saying that, you should be greedy and covetous. No, greed is okay. When it's out of whack, it's bad. When it's out of sync with the rest of reality, it's very bad. Hunger's a natural state, right? So this is like in hell where you don't get to have anything, right? And like the greed and the hunger, these are natural things, right? Brotherhood of man, right? Brotherhood of man. That's a good sentiment, but the thing is we're already at that. Yeah. But that's the thing, is it sounds good until you actually scrutinize the things. Imagine no possessions. So you're a slave, you have nothing to live for or die for or kill for, right? So not freedom. It doesn't say anything about freedom in this fucking song. Nowhere did it say anything about freedom, right? And this is what the governments, like the EU, this is where they're actually basing their political strategy on. And that's the problem with this. That's the problem with this song, is they're basing a political strategy on a song that says no countries, right? So they don't want countries. They want a globalized government. It never says no governments. It doesn't say no governments. It says no possessions and nothing to fucking live for. And I go, you don't kill or no greed. It's like, no. Something to kill and die for is something to live for. If I had kids, I would kill for them and I would die for them. Okay? So it's basically you as a slave state with nothing. And peace, we can just replace that peace with Islam, which also means surrender. So living life in peace. So living life in surrendered state, right? Because there's nothing to actually fight for or live for. And those are my thoughts on this song. It's evil, it's whack, and it should be taken out of existence. There's no reason why people should be basing their political ideals on a goddamn Beatles song from some fucking acid-dropping dipshit. We're like, but it was the Beatles. And it was like, guess what? The Beatles sold the fuck out. They all did. Right? And Lennon died. I don't know what... You can't be that great if he doesn't know how to self-preservate, right? So somebody said nothing to live or die for, right? And he just gets killed. Was that something to die for? How about this imagine? How about this state of imagination? Is that something to die for or to kill for or to work towards or to religion yourself to? No. It's just some self-serving propaganda about, hey, maybe you should live in squalor and only worry about your existence of today and live in a state of hell with nothing to actually look up to or any examples to strive for. And that's what they want. And this is the problem with the Imagine song. Honestly, people should be starting to make their political theories based on Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd rather than Imagine. Okay? That would be way better. Wish You Were Here. That if you start making your fucking political strategies based on Wish You Were Here, we would be in a hell of a lot of a better place, right? But millennials won't, because they base their political at least the leftist millennials, they make their political strategy based off of Dragon Ball Z. Dye your hair a different color and yell louder, you'll win. Ah! But yeah, Imagine's evil. Imagine straight up an evil song and everyone thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to use this song to create like some sort of political situation or to as my template for the political situation I want. Yeah, you're straight up evil. You're straight up evil. There's nothing to it. Okay? And you know how I know you're also a hypocrite when you say that? Because you're willing to kill to create your fucking totalitarian state. You don't want us to kill. You don't want the people to live and die and kill for our freedom. There's nothing in this entire song about freedom. It says peace. Peace without freedom is tyranny. Peace without freedom is slavery. Alright, dude, that's my thoughts on Imagine. Imagine sucks. And anyone who thinks they should create a political strategy based on Imagine ought to be drug out into the street and shot. And it's not like they should defend themselves for it, because there's nothing to live and die for, right? Or kill and die for. Alrighty.